blood, pain, despair. We are getting absolutely murdered. Welcome back to Crypto's Juiciest News, friends. Everything is capitulating. Everything is down. But first, let's start with the Bitcoin yearly chart. There you go. That's the Bitcoin yearly chart, friends. You see this chart? Bitcoin has no cash flow. Bitcoin is an up-only Ponzi. Bitcoin is just an idea. It is no balance sheet. All right? And it was able to do this chart. So there are people out here. I'm going to show you some doom stuff. Cobie saying it's over and stuff. Everybody pretty much doom, doom, doom. Yeah, man. Could be over. But I feel like this every time. Right before we go up only, there's really a kick in the nuts. A real deep kick in the nuts. Everyone feels it. Everybody feels it, friends. This is the others BTC chart. I'm going to show you more of this later on. Man, it's still right here. I know this is like this very like we are right on the critical moment. I mean, I'm hoping. Look, it's still possible, friends. You see, maybe we don't go up in like mid-August. Maybe it's like end of August, so September. That's if we do this V reversal. That's still possible that to happen, but it's not guaranteed. Just to be honest with you, because in the other times, others BTC going down was because Bitcoin was strong. Okay, Bitcoin was strong back then. It was breaking highs. We couldn't even catch up. Now, it's just Bitcoin weak, everything weak, okay, until the foreseeable future. Now, friends, there's been some hugely damaging moves. This is the Bitcoin price chart. It's around 58, 59K. It went down as low as basically $57,000. Now we're going to have the CME open, right? We have the Bitcoin on, remember that CME gap we were talking about earlier? So Bitcoin closed, right? It closed at $63,000. So now it's going to open at around, if you go check it out, by the time maybe you watch this, it's open already. It's going to be opening at around 58, 59,000. So the gap is closed, okay? But it's pretty much it. It traded as low as here, okay? So that's where we're going to be. So the gap's closed now. Now, what's going to happen after this? Everybody's expecting worse, right? Or, friends, remember, I told you 4 years ago, September, Bitcoin was 7,900. Okay, actually, let's just go back on a daily chart. Sorry, Bitcoin was $9,000 around here. And everyone expected the full gap to close here at 9,660. It didn't. It just, where it opens up, it just ticks around. Everyone thinks it's like 100% guarantee, and then it goes back up. And you got to remember, everybody was saying that same stat back then. They were saying the same talking point of like, oh, 95% every single CME gap is closed, right? So what's actually been happening is jump trading. They've been basically dumping. We're going to go through that as well. But right now, I'm going to show you the Ethereum chart because it's absolutely destroyed, especially the ETH-BTC ratio, which is what we're all here to look at. The ETH-BTC ratio is getting crushed. Friends, we're going to need a lot. Actually, let's play some Halo music because this is absolutely bone crushing right now. It is absolutely bone crushing right now, friends. This is what we've got now. The hope of a green candle. It's going to shine ever so brightly for us. These are the moments is ETH-BTC getting absolutely obliterated. What I'm going to do now, friends, is I'm going to remind you, look, man, they always look garbage. They always look garbage. It never looks good at these bottoms. Look at these moments, by the way. There was this moment. I remember everyone felt this really down in here. This was disgusting. I couldn't believe this. I was so shocked at this. This was Bitcoin breaking the all-time highs, and then Ethereum ETH-BTC drops again of 40%. And I was thinking, bro, how the hell are you down this? What are you doing here? This makes absolutely no sense. I just realized, oh no, it was about to go up only after that point. It was literally, friends, I can't tell you how bad this was. But this was Bitcoin breaking the all-time high. Okay, this was really, really, really bad. Everyone was just so confused. Like, Ethereum, dude, we have DeFi, all these applications. Why isn't it going up? And then, just have to wait more time, right, for Bitcoin to finally clear that high and get the new retailers in. Now, I'm going to show you the news about jump trading right now. So this is what I actually reported this on, friends. This is interesting. I was like the only guy in crypto to report on jump trading recently, redeeming this $410 million, so 120,000 ETH. But here's the thing. They were dumping in the ETF, around the ETF. And I was looking at it like, I guess they're absorbing all the buys or like, because you never know, friends, are they going to liquidate over 6 months? What are they doing? And then we just end up seeing this, right? So out of nowhere, we just end up saying, bang, everything just gets absolutely destroyed here. This is ETH, bang, 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 bang. Huge slices down. So they have gotten rid of a lot of it. Okay, I've got another update here for you. They're down to only, so they had here 120,000 Ethereum. They're down to only 18,000. Oh no, sorry, 6,000, friends. It's $18 million. So this is their actual wallet out here. So this is them posting as well. This is a link from Ark. I'm just showing the wallet down. So yeah, down the Ethereum, down here, down to $18 million. They were one of the biggest market makers. They helped Solana. They were in Luna UST as well. They got betrayed, by the way. I think they got betrayed in Luna by who? Wintermute. Wintermute did the dirty on everybody. Wintermute cracked the Luna UST. You know, so just all scum. Shout out to Ray Dalio. This guy, Ray Dalio. Now, he's a massive Richard Hart hater, but that's okay. It'll be like 99.9% of the industry is. So there's no surprises there. So he says even less now. Also, you have Mr. Daryl. Yeah. Help yourself, bro. Relax. Go touch grass. Go learn a new skill to make you enough money so you don't have to be too much. No. This happens every time. Friends, running away when things get bad is not the thing to do. You have to be there to see what's happening in the market when the recovery comes, okay? What's recovering, okay? Who's recovering? What's the sentiment of the market like? All right, what's moving first? Okay, Bitcoin's going to move first. Otherwise, if you just run away when bad times are here, firstly, you get worse prices if you have any DCA bullets. Okay, but secondly, friends, you have to see every step of the way. That's why you watch me, by the way. You don't really have to be there. I'm here 18 hours a day here for you. But there is so much information to be gathered about how that cycle moves into the next phase. So much information. Because, friends, don't you want to know, hey, are we on track or aren't we on track? If we're still on track, you got to be prepared, man. Okay. Otherwise, what are these people going to do, friends? They're just going to leave. They're going to leave. They're going to come back. Oh, it's better now, but they don't know what better is. They don't know, right? You got to remember, others BTC, for example, friends, it bottomed out when corrupt chairman Gary Gensler called them all securities, and then he started going up from here. Okay. Once you see stuff like that happening, you mark it as a point. But otherwise, friends, people don't assume this thing happens. Instead, if we do get a reversal up, all they're going to come back to do is they come back in November, December. They're like, wait a minute, things are just starting getting good again. And then maybe that's the top. That's how people get destroyed. It's because they keep leaving when times get tough. But yeah, I know this is one of those days you probably don't want to look at it. You come back tomorrow. Absolutely, friends. Bull market's running out of time. It's running out of time. Okay, if we're still on track, yes, hanging on by a pube. But bull market's running out of time. This is not the time to be running around. The time to be like running off is euphoria. That's the time to be running off. That's the time to be taking time off. You're selling. That's when you want to be taking time off because you know, okay, what's coming ahead, like more of these big daggers down where you shouldn't be buying. Okay, you shouldn't be buying because things that are going cheaper, they're going to go much cheaper. It's like witnessing Bitcoin at 60K back in 2022. It's dropped down now to like 40K. The time to be going on a holiday, I guess, was back then. Okay, because you think 40K is cheap. Next thing is 35, then 30, 25. All right. So that's why a lot of people get destroyed. In bull markets on these days, people run. But in a bull market on these days, you're meant to run in, not run away. But yeah, I can't blame him as well because, friends, it's true, right? I've written this here. Hopefully it's done. Who knows at this point? 99.9% of the crypto industry is a scam. Yeah, man, dude, we got 2.4 million coins. 99.9% is a scam. 3.5 years of pain and misery. Yes, that's how long it's been. 3.5 years of pain and misery. It has been 3.5 years of pain and misery, and there hasn't been any basically relief for anyone. So I'm just reflecting to you what it's like out there and what's been going on. Also, friends, I want to touch on this comment I made. There was a post I made out here, but a lot of people, man, like in America, I'm noticing you guys, man, the media's got you guys by the balls. If you guys see anything like, oh, there's an African American there, or this person's white, right? Your brains are just full on wired to just think racist stuff, racial separation stuff. Like it's absolutely crazy. Like if you guys see something that's like remotely related to anything that could be mildly culturally sensitive, mildly, right, in a stretch of imagination, I've noticed you guys just like, it's really, man, like it just blows up in your minds. It really does blow up. Like everyone implodes. And like, just let you know, man, America's 4% of the world. It's just 4% of the population of the world. But man, the media there's really got everyone. Maybe that's their whole goal. Their whole goal is to make everybody like basically divide like that. It is sad. I really do say it is really, really, really sad because the rest of the world does not think like that. The rest of the world is not thinking when they see a certain color, oh, I'm thinking of one thing of like this 500 years of the past, whatever. It's not for that, the rest of the world. But you know what? Our mainstream media it's pretty much boring, and it's poop for the rest of the world in most of the scenarios. And they're not throwing out this stuff out here. So, man, you guys, like, they're programming you guys to hate, and it comes up so much where you're just so like sensitive to everything. I hope he's make it out alive. All I'm just saying is maybe just pay more attention to crypto, man, because if you have to watch the media, it's because you got nothing else, right? We're watching candles here. Now, I have some bullish news from Colin, and shout out to Matthew Hyland as well. Is he a friend of the channel? I think he is a friend of the channel. Shout out to Matt. Now, this is awesome. Look at this. 12 days after the Bitcoin ETF launch, it bottomed out. 12 days. And look where we are right now. We are on the 12th day of the Ethereum ETF launch. It was interesting. When we were down here, people said, oh, no, we're front running. We're speeding up the ETF launch. No. We actually went for the full 12 days. And we're not speeding it up at all. We actually just did it. So yeah, hopefully, what's all words? Hopefully, praying, maybe. We just got this, man. We just got this. That's it. That's it. Don't promise to know anything. All I'm just telling you now is it always looks garbage. It always looks like it's over. Now, I'm going to show you the S&P 500 chart, friends. It's on a weekly chart, okay? And if you just go down here, yeah, we're probably going to see, just guessing, probably going to see the S&P 500 do more gaps and stuff and like whip this out. And we'll see how crypto does its thing. But remember this stat, okay? This is something, just to remember this, okay? Before the stock market, okay? Before the US election on November 5th, okay? Before the US election here, okay? If stocks are going up for the 90 days, there's a 90% chance of whoever's in party gets back in. If stocks are going back up. So right now, we've been going down. And I'm just thinking, I don't know, man. It seems like they would want to front run. They're like, hey, whatever bad disaster's coming, we'll do with it next year because we'll be in power. Let's basically spend the money now. Wouldn't you do that if you had a 90% win rate and you're delaying something? That might be what we get. Okay, that's why I have a double whammy scenario. I made a post on it before. Double whammy is, see, right now US rates are 5.5%. The neutral rate is 4%. Okay, so right now we're in a tightening mode. So the US Fed, they can cut by 50 and then cut by 50 twice. Bring it down to like 4.5-ish. That might be the final sugar rush for the stock market to think, oh, wow, we're not actually in a recession. Or it might get them to like think, oh, no, we're not actually in a recession. And then maybe like some unforeseen events happen, like, you know, between January to June next year. And they kind of like do a mid-bull market type of scare for everybody. And that's why I have this scenario actually drawn from here on the Bitcoin. That's actually this here. Now, friends, I know this is just the price chart. Of course, I'm hoping it goes above 110 and comes back down. You don't know where it can happen. But that's why I have this scare here. This is like, oh, the recession part, the scary part actually happens and then we go back up, okay? So that's why I'm kind of thinking. And one of my ultimate theories has been for a long time, because we got the zombie virus and it was so shocking, my guess is the next recession is going to be weak. But everybody's going to think it's going to be as bad as the zombie virus. So I reckon we're going to have like that scare. And then after like 4 or 5 months, the data starts recovering and everyone's like, no, it's going to get much, 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 much worse. So worse. But really, you remember this from your friend Sommi. I believe that, oh no, I don't believe this. I know this in my loins, okay? I got high chances of this happening, okay? In 2020, people had to adapt to these like unforeseen circumstances in the most extreme cases that we'll ever see in your lives. Once in a lifetime event, okay? And I think that has shaped us forever in terms of like, wow, they can shut us down in a day. Everybody can stop. So they're thinking in their back of their mind how to prepare for this stuff again. People have. They've become a bit more self-sufficient. They've saved a bit differently. Okay, they think about stuff differently now. And I think because they think about stuff differently, people are never really going to go into full-blown euphoria mode with 100% certainty, right? Because of this, okay? You know, that's what happened in the Great Depression, friends. It affected the whole like 20-year generation after that. People were too scared to basically go too euphoric because that was like such an eye-opening event. And speaking about eye-opening, friends, I'm going to jump back here back to altcoins. So this is the HOA. This is obviously one of the Tangang coins, HEX Orange Address. So it's down 70% from the top. But I'm seeing on Twitter, people are posting the wrong chart. They're posting a chart that just starts from the top. They don't even have the historical chart. So they think, oh, this, God bless these men. They literally think the chart started high and they've been dumping the whole time. Think the coin started with $6 of liquidity here. So then this nice uptrend here. So that's kind of funny. And well, I just wanted to alert this to you. So if you're sitting on the sidelines, you're like, hey, where do I deploy? I'm not telling you to deploy anyway. I'm just telling you some things you might want to look at is Okay, everybody's yelling about a community that's, let's say, for example, out there in crypto, they hate PulseChain, but in PulseChain, they hate Tangang, and Tangang's not going anywhere, okay? The Telegram's still there, the memes are still there, everything's just ready to go. We just need green candles, right? So you're thinking, wow, I wonder if all that FUD doesn't kill the community because no one's leaving. Trust me, friends, I haven't seen or heard of one story of a single person removing their orange emojis on Twitter. So this is network effect stuff, friends. Remember in crypto, everyone's tribal. It's like, oh, I want to be my tribe. Or, you know, in America, got the brainwashing. Everyone's like trying to put you in a tribe. Hey, you're on the black team. You're on the Asian team. You're on the white team. Everybody fight each other. Okay, there's that picture just over and over. Just all these race baiting over and over and over. No, man, everyone bleeds blood, everyone bleeds red, okay? Ultimately, at the end of the day, some people, they're bugs, they bleed that white, gooey stuff, right? And some reptilians, right? They bleed blue. But for the rest of us, we're bleeding red. So that's where I stand on all of that. And remember, you're betting on network effects, friends. So like, Manchester United, for example, you don't even like football, okay? Maybe you're a cricket guy. You're a cricket guy, and you like watching women's volleyball. All right, sweet. If I told you, hey, you can buy the whole Manchester United team for about $6, you'd be like, sweet. Now I'm Manchester United, Maxi. This is what I've just got you to do. I've got you to imagine I handed you an entire club with all that history. But think about all the times Manchester United went crap in a season. Okay, they went crap. They have lost their mojo. Yeah, but you're like, oh, $6, sweet, I'll take that. Basically, what I've got you to admit is there's a network effect of something out there that you understand, okay, but you don't even like. You don't like football. You don't even like the color red, okay? But Manchester United, I put the price so low, you're like, oh, that's a steal. You're giving it to me for free. Why? Because you know the network effect is bigger than pretty much what I've given you for that bid. Well, I'm just telling you, open your eyes. This is how you have to start looking at crypto altcoins, these network effects. You have to think beyond these red candles and jump trading and everyone liquidating right now and capitulating. We have to think beyond them. We have to think, oh, wow, if you guys get excited again and recession isn't as bad as everyone thinks, which I think is going to happen. I think everyone's going to try price in a deep recession, okay, fast, and data's going to start coming out and like, wait a minute. This is better than we thought. That's probably what's going to happen, friends. And ultimately, it all comes down to the fact that they printed just so much money in 2020. Instead of having a hyper parabolic move up and down, I think it's just basically, it's going to be like almost like a slow burn, which is going to be very thankful later on. I want to give a quick update on the HEX Karim story, friends. HEX Karim, right? So, yes, there's been an update. Shout out to Yoon for helping the guy out. Remember, so this is the whole update. So pretty much, friends, he's got $17,000 in the account. He needs 30. I'm not telling you to donate. I'm not asking anything. I'm just telling you from a human perspective, I want the guy out of jail. I don't like seeing anybody suffer because he had bullets, no gun, just ammo in a bag. It's very unfortunate how this happened. And yeah, a lot of people, like the last time they saw him was partying, telling everybody to stake. And yeah, man, honestly, friends, this is not a good look. Like, you think don't worry about Kareem. This is not a good look for Richard whatsoever because he was #1 poster boy. He was #1 poster boy, and he gets wrecked the most. He's gonna end up in jail if people don't help. We're literally like, oh, the community, the community has to come to save. Pretty much it. So that's the truth, right? He needs 30 grand. Bless everyone's heart who's still thinking about giving and his charity time because it's a tough situation, man. It is really tough and really sensitive, friends. And yeah, because like the poster boy for staking, especially from the movie, had $180 million paper money up there. You can't get that out. There was only $150 million on the bid, and it was staked and stuff. And that was the peak. That's like if he dumped on everybody and dumped it down, which he couldn't have anyway. Okay, now there's only like he can only get out, I think, $10 million on a bid, but his account's not worth that much. So that's the poster boy of staking. And friends, it's not like he just started it. He's been doing it. He's in it for 5 years. So the purchasing power has just dropped that much. And here's the thing, man. He's already emergency end stake some. It's just that the price dropped so low, it's just not doing much. It's down 99% in purchasing power. So, like I said, HEX is more of a DeFi altcoin. Thinking about it in this long-term staking stuff means you're trying to place it next to cash, which is bonds, which is long-term stuff. And you can't do that because HEX's ratio to USD, that purchasing power, it's so vital. Purchasing power, predictability is so vital for long-term savings. It's not even funny. It is really vital. And what I mean vital is you better be going up only, or you pretty much, the thing doesn't work. That's how you get to see, right? That's why Richard always makes a point. Hey, we only pay in HEX. We only pay in HEX. Okay, we'll see. This is a recap from WorangeAnts. So shout out to him. So this is Karim. Remember, he's it's going to be a bit antagonistic when he talks. He goes, guy who allegedly got $180 million in the highest of stakes, caught with a box of bullets on airport, asking for money to bail out. Richard Hart is vouching to help him. PulseChain has been delayed for 2 years and down 80%. Needs real USD to extract from the chain. Not even God would ask for this BS. So friends, obviously it is, I know it's a tough time. I'm here reporting it. I'm just here reporting it. So Yoon, I know he's like relying on you. So shout out to Uniview from the community as well. I'm just telling you, friends, I want everyone to succeed, but there's a limited number of resources. What do we do? You tell me, friends, what you think about it. Now, back to that others BTC, friends. We are still in that fractal time, man. I know all that pain just in that weak chart. Hey, it can reverse. Yeah, but like, what are the chances of this happening, man? Ugh. You see this part here? This was 2020, friends. That reversal of alts was because Bitcoin went up so much, it broke 25K, and then it starts stalling. Just being honest with you. That's why others went up. Because Bitcoin went price discovery, new high, and then it started kind of slowing down around 28K. Right? So we're in a different scenario now. Now it's like, oh, new World War III again. What's all this footage? You know, remember, friends, at the very, very start, oh, what fake World War III, the cycle's over. Okay, 1% chance. And then we went up to 5 or 10% chance. I think it's around 15%, 20% chance it's over. But not really, man. I think it's still stuck in the zone. Like, how it's over? Like, friend, bro, they told us crypto's never going to go up because interest rates are 5.5%. They told us that. They go, who's ever going to buy Bitcoin? It doesn't even produce any cash flow. You get yield that you get this, you don't get any yield. And we went up anyway. I'm telling you, man, all the interest rate, the money markets, repo, it's all a load of bullshit, bro. They print money every single year, friends. I also saw people talking about the global liquidity index. And I don't have that chart. I think it's an indicator as well. But this is basically, this is M2 for US of A coming up, popping up. But this is just USA, friends. USA is down. If you add up China and everyone else around the world, it's actually breaking the high. I think shout out to Access who posted it. But yeah, I can't find it right now. Also, big shout out to Tobi. We all love Tobi. If you've lived long enough, you see the same patterns play out time and time again. Do you think the markets want Trump or more Bidenomics? If the markets continue to look like dog shit between now and the election, it increases the odds of Trump prevailing. This isn't complicated. If you've got dry powder, now's the time to DCA. I know, friends, it feels like you're throwing money into a pit. It really does, man. But like even Tobi can tell you, it's like, bro, like, I know, friends, once you see a big fat red candle, you think in your mind, there's no freaking way this thing reverses. I don't know, man. They end up reversing, friends. It just ends up reversing. You just see, you'll see. Just wait long enough. Oh, wow. Why did it reverse? And then people will tie a news to that. And they'll think, oh, the news saved you. No, it's just you purged the weak hands. That's what saved you. And I've got to remind you again, friends, let's play some nice pump music because every dollar counts. Okay, every dollar counts. You know, friends, I remember I was in your position. I'm still in your position. I'm in the trenches here with you. I remember many years ago just watching just some influencers, right, on YouTube's. And sometimes I'll be like, guys, man, I don't want to make a video today. And I remember watching them. And I remember sitting on this squeaky chair. And I'm just sitting there like, whoa, how the hell is this person looking at that and talking to all these people? And they actually have to go, I think we're going up. I don't know. I don't want to. Man, I was just watching them, and now I'm that guy. I don't know, man. It's just the red candles. What could we do? We know power of green candles. Come on, but they threw so much worse at us, man. I know this sucks. Oh, it's over. Cobie's bearish and stuff. All right. It was a zombie virus, friends. You know, they literally threw the zombie virus card at us. And literally all you're reading from Twitter. You know those same losers with anonymous avatars on Twitter? Just like little twink pencil neck cucks. Those same people who are saying today, you should have sold. Cobie's bearish. It's all over. Those same people, do you want to know what they were tweeting 4 years ago and what they were saying on YouTube? They were saying, hey, idiot, explain to me how, right, while there's a zombie virus going out in the world, how the hell is your stupid crypto Ponzi coin going to go up? When they literally, people are dying out in the street. People don't even know if they're going to make it to next year. Everybody with all the money, all the older people are scared of getting their parents sick. They're not even moving around. How the hell is your stupid Ponzi coin going to go up? And then they'll try and make you feel guilty. And they say, you're an idiot. You should have sold many, many years ago. This whole crypto industry is stupid. You should have taken your 22% gain on your $400 and you should have walked out $80 richer. That's what I was saying, stuff like that 24 freaking hours a day, friends. And I'm sitting here with you interpreting it. I'm like, oh, maybe they're right. Okay, but you know what? This guy looks like a little bitch. Who's this guy? Okay, you're too scared to show your face on the internet. Who are you? Literally, who the fuck are you? Now, I had that attitude. I thought everybody else had that attitude, but I'd go around, I'd dig into Telegram, I'd dig into Discord. Everyone's like, yeah, man, like, they all have a point. They all have a point. And it's not just one person. I'm telling you, literally, the whole industry was like that. And they were making all these, like, snarky mid-curve jokes, like, explain to me how, when there's, like, millions of people dying from, like, a virus outside, that your Ponzi coins are going to go up again on the industry. You're not even producing any cash flow. 24 hours a day. Bang, 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 bang. And then guess what? We just started going up. The cycle prevailed, friends. That's why when I say, it's over, it's over, that's what they're saying. I don't know, man. But dude, listen, I'll just draw on the words, friends, from Andreas Aantonpolous. He basically said, guys, we already won. The miracle is that Bitcoin went above $1. We're done. And it took me a while for that to sink in. But he's actually right. The fact that Bitcoin traded above $1, he goes, we won. He goes, that's it. This is not a fluke. And I thought about it. I'm like, interesting. The limited supply, people could understand the scarcity part. They understand that we are scarce. They're making more of the US dollars. They're making more of the fiat. It's still true today. Now, of course, Bitcoin, above $50,000, $60,000, gone to $100,000, right? Yeah, the fact that it traded above $1, he said the miracle of Bitcoin is that it traded at parity. It actually got to $1. And everything else is basically a bonus. Shout out to this guy. I don't know who you are, sir. Minority Mindset. He goes, I'm out. So it's basically selling Bitcoin. I want to remind you of this, friends. So I'm not here to target anybody or anything, but I'll just tell you, during these times, there is a 100% win rate of me saying this. There will be soyboy virgin cucks, hunchbacks, wear brown leather shoes, drink room temperature water, the whole shebang. Rounded elbows, okay? Not a single point on their body. Rounded elbows, rounded knees. These people, when the candles go down, they come out and say, I sold. Luckily, I sold. I sold. Now, I'm not saying this guy did it, okay? Some people are saying, he sold the top. I guess what? Every time I hear someone has sold, it's literally the pico top of that mid-cycle thing. Every freaking time. I sold. Remember when Richard Hart said that, I sold the top? Yeah, friends, everybody does that. Everyone says that. And then you realize, wait a minute. You're not going to be relevant in the next 3 months if we go up. And that's what exactly happens. And that person gets drowned out by the next news. So many times over and over and over again, friends. It's like clockwork. Like as soon as I saw that red candle today, I was like, oh yeah, here we go. All the geniuses going to come out. Let me guess, you sold the top and everybody else is in it. But they do this every single time. But it's a cope mechanism. It's because they're not in it for the long haul. And what it actually done is, friends, it's that they're gambling, okay? Because they've done a short-term trading decision that's worked out in this scenario. So their brains flooded them with dopamine. They're literally the gamblers at the slot machine. So they've won the feature. So they're like, I'm a genius. You're an idiot. I'm going to keep playing the slot machine feature. That's what ends up happening. They end up slicing and dicing themselves over the front 5 years. Going forward 5 years, they end up slicing and dicing themselves, or they underperform just buying and holding by a long shot. Okay. But they'll never admit that. You never hear these stories of the people coming out to admitting it. We have to find their stories in Confessions Rec because they're too embarrassed to admit it publicly, number one. And number two, we have to look at them on chain. You see? Because they'll never have the balls to come and face and be courageous. Actually, I've got a post right here, right? This is actually it, explaining it. Unbothered, moisturized, happy, in my lane, focused. This is where we are right now. We're at the point of the cycle where soyboy cucks will come out to brag, lucky they sold, when actually they are just in self-defense mechanism mode because they wait for a red candle to declare it. This happened at the bottom of the bear market, 2022. I was here every minute. They were wrong then, and they're still cucks now. Yes, I was here 2022, friends. I can't tell you the amount of bragging. Literally, friends, every time the market went down, glad I sold. Every time. It's actually right here. I remember this. I was here every minute of the day. Yes, it was literally by the minute. Every minute of the day. And I was just like, I was bubbling with rage. I'm like, man, I want to kill you guys, man. I can't wait for this thing to go. But here's the thing, friends. It's chasing a unicorn. You know those losers who are cheering like that? They are not here for you to come knock them out. They're gone. The only guys that stay there are selling trading courses, and they just block you anyway. There's no sparring. There's no fighting. You know, like I want this glory. I want to take on these bears. Wait and you see. No, when it goes up, they disappear. They run. So it's someone new every single time. Every single time there's a new personality and someone new. So yes, it really is like chasing that magical dragon that never comes. This was my guess that we mentioned before as well. So firstly, this is a cute Peppy inside a shark, right? Underneath the sea. This is pretty much going to like help us out. Now, that's my double whammy scenario is, friends, the US Fed cuts rates towards 4% to save a recession. But then in 2025, we get some unforeseen event which sends us down together, requiring more cuts and a cut down. And then maybe the economy reverses before, because that might happen, friends, just to let you know. Let's say we go down to 4% rates. And then recession's here. And the US Fed cuts down to like 2.5. And at crypto, maybe Bitcoin's like 200K. But everyone will think, wait a minute, the economy's, let's say it's bad. And the economy, that people think like, oh, they're going to have to cut to zero now. That might trap everybody. But Bitcoin's already done the move. And we're thinking, wait a minute, I don't think even if they cut to zero, I don't think this means we go much higher. But no one's going to be thinking. What I'm trying to do, friends, once again, I'm trying to peek around the corner to see how we can like really keep like setting everyone up for a big trap. Remember, we still have things like Donald Trump, the Trumpening, the prophecy. Friends, you never know. We could still be Bitcoin 120K, 180K. These big numbers can happen. You always got to be prepared for them. But we're always trying to see, okay, where's everybody positioned? Where are they mentally positioned? The good thing is, I don't think the rest of the crypto industry onboarded too many non-believers, man. Soylana did, obviously, friends, but Soylana's changing meme coins every 15 seconds. Yeah, you had the little pump forehead tattoo, you know, that was a bit of a pooper. Now, friends, I'm going to read for you. I've left this for last as well, towards the end of the show. But, like, we're not going to end on it. Don't worry. But this is Cobie's post. So, yes, he's a billionaire. He has to turn $400 into billions. But when I read this, I'm going to read you my joke first so you have an idea of how to interpret this. So we're having fun with this part as well, friends. You know, sometimes they're fun. Sometimes they're serious. Sometimes they make you think. Sometimes, you know, let me go through the whole range. Right now, so the quote is Cobie, GCR is wrong. I'm the new GCR now. Okay, so that's my quote. Ha ha ha. Like, that's meant to be fun. Just to let you know. So that's the lens you read it from. Okay, so this is Cobie's post. I am serious. Increasingly, I like the argument that this is not even a cycle, really, but it's more like 2019 with leverage and ETFs. Was 2019 a new cycle, or was it part of the bear market? So what he's talking about is this. He's talking about this move up. 2019, yay, this move up, friends. 2019 was Bitcoin plus token Ponzi recovery and Ethereum recovery. So what everyone tries to do, friends, they try to line years up, but he's going, oh, no, it's 2019 now. So see how doomish that is? I'm like, bro, we're in a Bitcoin halving year. We're 5 months after Bitcoin halving. Now, because we've had one red candle, everyone's like, no. The worst is yet to come. The Bitcoin halving crash hasn't even started. We're actually last year's. We're still in 2023 now. We've got to go through a whole 18 months. Then the bad stuff gets worse and worse and worse. Then we're allowed to go up. That's how everyone's thinking, right? But remember, he's a billionaire. I'm not. So don't listen to me, okay? Now he's saying, was 2019 a new cycle, or was it part of the bear market? I floated this idea to a few people in March, but everyone told me I was an idiot, which I am. But still, it was quite rude to say that to my face. Okay, so of course, if we're in 2019, looking to 2024, it doesn't mean 2020 plays out the same way, because structurally so much is different now with ETFs and high fully diluted, so VC tech coin scams. Probably too difficult to pattern match this stuff too. So GM, curious where we think we are at the border cycle. 1, I think this cycle is so unlike any other cycle, it's probably better to just stop thinking of cycles altogether. Remember, this is Cobie, friends, as well. It's clear there is no one single thread pulling everything anymore forward like it did before, but extreme dispersion between different coins. Maybe it's just better to think in terms of risk on or risk off instead of continuing to talk about the cycle forces you to keep focusing on parallels which are no longer there. Other than the Bitcoin, let's just tell you this, okay? In a nutshell, what he's basically saying is think of risk on, risk off. It's like your friends have been telling you that, okay? The world economy is on life support. They turn on the money printer, people go turbo risk on. They turn off the money printer, okay, we're out. Money printer in, risk on, risk. We are the patient on the hospital bed, the economy, and it's breathing for us. It's the oxygen. You know, it's breathing in and breathing out, okay? So what he's basically saying is he's implying the banana, which is like, okay, when we go risk on, Bitcoin goes up, and like everyone's like, okay, let me buy the furthest thing down the risk curve. Let's just go straight to meme coins. That's what's actually happening, okay? And what he's saying is people are trying to draw similarities by like, oh, DeFi, and then this thing moved up back then. But actually, friends, if you check all the frameworks and blueprints I've made for you in crypto cycles, they've all been very consistent. We've seen these things over time. Cycle 1 coins, cycle 2 narratives. So Cobie probably has, if he watched my videos, he's like, oh, he might not agree, but he'd be like, oh, wow, cycle coins age and network effects, and people are chasing this stuff. So it makes sense that the community around Aave is completely different to what you think is the cash flow proposal of Aave, okay? And people don't give a shit about that cash flow proposal stuff, because if they thought like that, they'd be in stocks. Okay, that's what I've been telling you. Okay, people in crypto do not think, they don't have the meme of this cash flow positivity stuff. If they did think like that, they'd be buying tech stocks and cash flow stocks. They're not doing that. Instead, they're here for something else. They're here for a digital economy. We're stamping culture on the blockchain. We're forming these digital communities. Okay, we believe in something. Okay, now you might believe in a piece of picture, just a monkey JPEG, whatever it is, but that's pretty much what's been going on, and it makes sense. Now, does the cash flow positivity thinking, does that change when we onboard the rest of the world? Well, maybe, but let's wait until crypto's 10 to 20 trillion first to get there. But right now it's not, okay? So he continues. Other than the Bitcoin ETF and the Solana repricing and everything that came with it, virtually everything else screams echo bubble to me. Piggybacking off the positive news flow, but just in no way with enough tailwind to send everything back to yet another multiple of the all-time highs. Thinking of stuff Chainlink and Doge specifically. So he's using these as big examples. Why? Because Doge is the first meme coin. It's got the best Doge, it's got the best BTC chart in existence. It's got made a higher floor, and Doge is like a very, very special part in everyone's play. It's like the Genesis joke of the internet, right? And then you have Chainlink, where they're like actually advancing the whole crypto industry. They're planning the oracles and everything that's already available out there. So it's allowing everybody to make complex applications and really take crypto to hold the next new level, all right? Because right now, everything is self-referential. You can only reference data that's on crypto. They're allowing stuff to open up the whole world, okay? But he's using them as examples of like big pillars in the industry, right? And then he says, I'm using them as examples specifically. I think there's a very strong likelihood stuff like that could potentially never make new highs again. I was like, and Chainlink could just keep existing as a wildly successful oracle without the price appreciation. The hype phase is always more exciting than the actual development. Basically, I know I tend to think hyperbolically other than actual development. Hyperbolically as a trader. My main case right now is that we're in a multi-month quarter cool-off reaccumulation period for Bitcoin, and it will continue to range between 45K and 70K, or potentially fake out a new high. And the majority of altcoins older than 2 cycles will just continue to slowly bleed away and become irrelevant as a speculation tool. I definitely think all of the sudden meme coin thesis marked an intermediary top for overall risk appetite, and everyone has been conditioned to max long as soon as they think it's about to go ready for it again. Okay, so long story short, I think we need a bit more time before the real risk on paradigm starts again, and I expect more downside to come before it happens. And people with diversified crypto portfolios will perform horribly. I actually found it pretty weird. GCR kept talking about the echo bubble when he was bullish at the Pico bottom, but when that shit started getting silly, he just bought the dog with hat NFT and broke his hiatus to come and tell people not to sell. Because I think that's most of what we've been seeing other than the ETF stuff. Now, as we've gone through this, friends, okay, so there's been confirmations as well. Apparently, the green part isn't Cobie, but then these people, friends, what they do is they throw stuff out. The amount of psyops on Twitter, people like genetically engineer and bioengineer tweets to make it people to sound like people, but it's not actually them. But you get the point, right? You can see how everybody believes this type of stuff. It sounds very believable. Okay, it's not like that. It's like well coherent and stuff. But really, look, here's the thing. Theories are theories. No one knows what comes around the corner. There's just one thing though, okay? The fact that Ethereum has this chart against Bitcoin, Ethereum has this chart, friends. The fact that it's been going down for 44% down over like 4 years, look at this, it's still down from the old high, 70% down. The fact that it's been going down only like bang, 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 that tells us something's not right with the market. It's kind of like we're still early. That tells me we're still early because it's Ethereum. You're the genesis layer 1, smart contract blockchain. Vitalik is a 4,000 IQ alien. You're cash flow positive. You just got an ETF. You birthed DeFi, birthed Uniswap, right? They crowdfunded Chainlink pretty much. They give the foundation gave them everything. They birthed Shiba Inu. You're looking at it and you're like, that's it. It just stops here. I don't think so, man. I don't think so. So I want you to have that perspective. So no matter who wrote that, right? But you can get to see whether Cobie thinks or it is on fence. A lot of these people as well. I can even tell you from my perspective, they have like millions of people talking to them, so they know if they sound too convicted in one thing and then people backlash to them, it feels like their hands touching a stove. They don't ever want to do that again. Let me know what you think, man. What do you think is going on from here? But it's funny. It's funny just to hear these different perspectives. Here's the thing, right? They always come from smart people. Never doubt that. It's just they come at the end of red candles. You know? These essays don't circulate up the tops. Have you noticed that? They don't even post them. They don't even feel the need to post them. Now, even if they did post them, it would like go unnoticed. But we were here every minute of the day. We checked everywhere. You didn't find any of this doubt anywhere. Any of this doubt. You saw everything going on. You're like, okay, yeah, there's Solana meme coin trash, but check the percentage of the dominant. Okay, it's 1% of the crypto industry, but the rest haven't even recovered yet. It's not like everything is like, you know, at its all-time highs, Bitcoin's 180K, and then we're getting Solana forehead tattoos. It's like, okay, we haven't even moved off the lows pretty much. We're still on the lows. We haven't even recovered most of these things, 50% of their ranges, and we're getting it ready. What does that mean? Well, that's what I told you, friends. These types of top signal stuff, okay, it comes down to this. So you heard this in perspective, it comes down to this. Look, remember top signals at different price levels, they unlock different top signals. So crypto between 1.7 trillion to 3 trillion unlocked this Whammy, laser eyes, a certain top signals up here, okay? If crypto goes to 10 trillion up here, there will be new top signals. New. I don't know what they are. Jim Cramer gets a dog and calls it Bitcoin. I don't know, you know, something like that. Just it'll unlock new levels, new memes, new crowd behavior. We don't know what they are yet. You can always guess. But you're just waiting for some crazy stuff to happen, okay? And we've seen this each time. We've seen this each cycle. It's so fascinating. It's like when you go a higher US dollar amount, you unlock new things, right? It's crazy and irrational, and the crowd saying it's going to go higher. That's the constant part. But the things that's happening is not constant because, for example, I mean, the best example, friends, is laser eyes, right? Laser eyes, they come here, they disappear here, and now we come here. Oh, laser eyes are back. They're literally back at the same price level for the industry. It is something to think about. Do we think the cycle's over? I think not. What are they going to do, friends? Print money. Okay, there's going to be a bad recession. Okay, so you mean you're really going to print money then? It's these times you've got to think, okay, what am I in here for, friends? You're in here to play the whole cycle. All right? I know a lot of people want to say, I'm in loss. No, man, it's down. It's down. Okay, it's not loss. We're playing the whole cycle. Remember Bitcoin halving year, man. Bitcoin halving year, no one retires in that Bitcoin halving year. Just a few people come out, they buy a few Toyotas and they brag about it to everybody. Yeah, there's a few people. But Bitcoin halving year was just a year to show you it can go up if it wants to. We saw that, man. Yeah, if crypto wants to go up, it can go up. And that's all you need. You know what else you need? This hope. Green candle friendship. Make sure you like, subscribe, bell button, and I'll catch you in the next one.